Better time to be an artist. You can actually design and invent things. Train the muscles, not the joints. Nap time yet?
So welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding. I can't guarantee that this is going to be a very serious video because it seems like I was in a weird mood today. So yeah, there's some strange events going on in the gym here. But anyway, if you can handle the cheesy sense of humor, no problem. You might learn something as well. And today I had a message from Johnny Hazer, and he's basically asking about when he lifts heavy, why does he have a different sensation in his body than when he lifts light? When he does sets of 20, it's the burn that stops the set, but when he does heavier, it's not the burn that stops the set, it's just overall fatigue. Well, that's actually you hitting different muscle fibers and hitting different parts of the system. So when you're hitting the slow twitch fibers, there'll be more of a burn, more of a hydroxyproline experience, such as the chemical that's released when there's muscle breakdown. There will be basically lactic acid as well, and there will be more of a burning of energy, okay? But when you go heavier, what will happen is that the muscle just can't physically pull. It's almost like the ropes are just not capable of manifesting the power. So a lot of times there will be nervous system constraints there as well as muscular. So basically your body just doesn't have the ability to recruit enough muscle fibers to pull the weight. It's kind of like just one rope pulling instead of 3 or 4. So this is why the experience is different depending on which rep range. Now the question is, which one's better for hypertrophy? I would say all of them. That's the thing, because each one will stimulate a different part of the muscle, and you want to stimulate all parts of the muscle to get the results.
Time to go home yet? We're gonna do some chest back advice today. I'm not really feeling extremely energetic today, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's always a mystery, right? Angle of attack. Okay? Angle of attack. Probably asking yourself, Jason, how do I get strong like you? The secret is cat hair on your pants. I got cat hair all over my pants. Cat hair is the secret. Helps ground the energy, you know? So I don't have cat hair available on my website right now, but at some point at naturalgallantbodybuilding.com I'll have cat hair pants available.
So it's no secret that heavier weight puts more stress on the tissue of the muscle and the tissue of the joints. And it's great to put some stress on there. You do want to do that. And also lifting heavier weight helps you activate more motor units. So basically it stimulates the nervous system, so that way you learn how to fire more of your muscle fibers. So a higher percentage of the muscle you do have gets fired, whether you're doing high reps or low reps. And from this, you can start doing high rep workouts and stimulate more muscle growth in different types of fibers, such as the slow twitch and the fast twitch.
Secret poses. These are good. These are trademark, copyrighted, and owned solely by naturalgallantbodybuilding.com. You cannot use this.
So you'll notice with different rep ranges, different factors will cause you to hit failure. Different factors will cause you to end the set. Sometimes it's a muscular burn, sometimes it's just an overall fatigue, and sometimes it's absolute inability to fire the muscle because you just don't have the ability to recruit enough of the muscle. But the thing is that if you're lifting heavy all the time, what will happen is that you'll start to basically break down too much of the tissue and you will injure yourself. So that's where high reps really pose an advantage, because once you start repping out, you start also pumping a lot of blood in the area, and this assists with overall recovery.
Arnold, you have nothing on me, Arnold. Arnold, you are nothing. I weigh better than you, Arnold. Arnold sucks. Arnold sucks. slow motion walk time.
So it's not about either or. Heavy weights are necessary and lighter weights are necessary. Both work in a synergistic sort of relationship to grow muscle mass. So what I do is I incorporate enough heavy weight days, enough heavier weight days that I feel that I've strained the tissue a bit. There's a certain amount of pulling or muscle soreness or tightness that happens from that. And then I use the other days for higher reps. So that way I'm pumping that blood in there, pumping blood in there to help with the recovery, and I'm hitting the slow twitch fibers. And I notice that if I find the right rep range, then it feels like I gain strength and it's not overkill. It's just like if you just rip your muscle right off the bone, that's overkill. That's too much stimulus for your body to recover from, and it doesn't help you get any bigger faster. And years ago I noticed this. When I started to use heavy weight all the time, I noticed not only did I get injured more often or I tweak things, but what would happen is that I'd actually go backwards. I would get weaker. It's almost like I just wouldn't get the recovery necessary in order to do another heavy workout. As soon as I started doing heavy workouts but then interlacing higher rep workouts in between, I started to recover and then my strength started to shoot up. So it's a win-win situation. So mixing those rep ranges up really makes a difference, and it will be a different experience hitting failure in higher reps than lower reps. So don't worry so much about whether the sensation is different when you do different rep ranges. You know, the sensation of failure will be different, but just work yourself into hitting positive failure if you can in your exercise. And of course, safely do this. And I've talked about this in other videos. Failure for squats will be much different than failure for bicep curls, okay? So there are some considerations here. But positive failure means you can't do another proper rep, okay? So always think safety first, boys and girls. Safety first.
You want to be a badass? You want to be a badass? Come into a different channel. You gotta know how to do that. Upper chest the best. Hey Anthony, upper chest the best. That's how you do it. That's how you build it. Yeah.
So I hope this helps you understand a little bit more about using rep ranges in your bodybuilding routine. And if you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com and take care for now.
That's what's important. I gotta be huger than I am. Huger than I am. Be even huger than you are. That's a new infomercial. Be even huger than you are. And share my stuff.